Alright, so finally back out here working on this old Moline again. I can't really remember where I left off last, but I haven't done anything else to it since the last video, so what I'm going to do this time is try to get it hopefully in paint by the end of this video. We're going to see, I hope. But I've still got to clean all the junk out from down in there, and I've still got to pressure wash the whole thing again. But before I do any of that, a few things I've got to do to it. I'm going to put this plate on it to seal that giant hole. So I got to get this sort of clean on the backside and figure out something to seal it, just so when I pressure wash I don't get water down in my steering system. I could have put the grill back on it, but the grill would get in the way, so this is the easiest thing I could come up with. This is off the 38 we've got, but it's all took apart, but I figured I could borrow this piece off of it just to do this. So that's the plan. Clean it up, pressure wash it, and put it back in here. Take the back wheels off, take the front wheel off, jack it up on blocks, and start wire brushing and cleaning, and hopefully get some primer on it. And then when I get my primer on, I'm gonna paint my centers and get them in red, and then I'm gonna mask those off and paint the engine and transmission. So that's the plan. We'll see how far we get. Alright, I got that plate bolted on, so I'm just going to go ahead and wheel it outside. I got to clean off some stuff, but I got to wheel it outside and spray it down with some purple power and engine degreaser and things like that. Start scrubbing it and trying to get as much of that stuff off as I can. And hopefully it'll be clean enough to roll back in here and start cleaning, getting ready for primer. So I'll be back when I got something else. Alright, got it all pressure washed, got it up on blocks. So now I just got to start wire brushing it and getting it ready for primer. So I'm going to get started on it. Not looking forward to this part. This is going to be the most grueling part of the whole restorations, but it's got to be done. So I'm going to get started on it. Alright, so it's been a little bit, but finally got it pressure washed. Got the wheels off of it, and I've got it pretty much ready to prime. I've just got to go around and blow some of that dust off and wipe it down with wax and grease remover. And I got to clean the floor up. But as soon as I do all that and mask a few things, we'll be ready to lay a little primer on it. So I've got the drawbar and the all of its pieces. I'm going to go ahead and prime this too, because I'm going to be painting this. The back wheel center's red. Now I've decided to go ahead and paint the foot plate and drawbar and everything red with it. So I'm going to get this stuff in primer. So when I do all the red, I can just do it all one go and be done with it. So yeah, I'm going to get started cleaning that floor up. Alright, well, got it in primer. Turned out pretty good. Laid down pretty good. I don't think I got any runs in anything. I mixed it not really thick, but it's pretty thick, but it wasn't too terribly thick where it wouldn't come out of the gun, but it laid on pretty good. This is red oxide primer that I used. It's a little different than what I usually use. It's Krylon brand. But the other stuff I usually use is Rust-Oleum, the rusty metal primer. So I figured I'd try this stuff out. It was a little cheaper. See if it was better. It seems like it is. It laid down pretty good. So, and I just thinned it with plain old paint thinner. So, it went down pretty good. I got my hitch and jaw bar pieces sitting out here. Got them primed both sides. So, let this dry and mix up the red and do those centers and those hitch pieces and the old front wheels, and we'll be ready to go. So I'll be back when I can do that. Alright, well, I got both the front wheels ready to paint. I just got to wipe them down with some wax and grease remover. I did the old trash bag trick where you take a trash bag and find the center of it and put it in the center of your rim. Then you measure out the trash bag from the center of the rim to the valve stem. You cut it off, and then it'll fit around the tire and mask the whole thing off. No tape, no nothing. So it worked pretty good. I kind of screwed up on this one. I made it a little too big, but then on the other one I was able to correct it. So, but it'll be fine. It'll work. So I've got these ready to go. So tomorrow I'm gonna try to come out here and get all this stuff in red, them centers and all these pieces and these rims here. And then all we have to do is put the yellow on it. So see you guys then. Alright, I got everything covered. Getting ready to paint these centers. I just went ahead and covered everything. I don't want any red, if I can help it, on the primer. Wouldn't be a big deal, but I'm not jumping straight into yellow with this. So since I'm not doing that, I'm going to let this red cure for a couple of days. I don't really want to be putting new paint on old paint, because it could roll up. So just to eliminate as much of that as I can, I just decided to wrap the axles and cover the whole thing. But I got all those pieces ready. Wheels are ready. So I'm going to start laying down some red. Alright, so I painted this stuff yesterday, and it's looking pretty good. Got a nice shine to it. Still a little soft. It hasn't quite been a day, but I just got off work. I wanted to come over here and look at it. So looks like it turned out pretty good. I used an entire quart to do the rims, these centers, and this drawbar parts. So you're looking at an entire quart of paint to do this, which it's a lot, but not really. Well, one step done. Now I've just got to do the main tractor piece. So I'm going to get started doing that now. Alright, well, I got the yellow on. It's not quite the right color. A little bit lighter than what I would like it to be. It's school bus yellow, but I don't think it's quite school bus, but it says it was school bus yellow. But I mean, it's painted, so they don't make the Moline yellow no more at Tractor Supply, so I had to settle for the next best thing. But I mean, in person it looks better than it does on camera. On camera it don't look quite right, but in person it's a little bit yellower. So I'm going to let this dry overnight, and I'm going to come back tomorrow and take those covers off and work on those wheels. Get them touched up, put back on. Get the hitch and unmask everything. Get the front wheels put on. And I'm probably going to call this a video after that, but we'll see. Alright, so I've got it back together, well, as far as it was whenever I started the video. Got the front wheels put back on. I put the distributor back in. Back wheels are on. I put the drawbar on and the hitch plate, or step plate. Put all that on, so got the gear shift knob on. Everything's looking really good. So now I just got to go through all my parts. I'm going to start probably cleaning up the brake pieces. Get all that stuff cleaned up. And then paint. Maybe the seat bracket and the clutch arm and a few other things. Start working on the steering wheel shaft and the pedestal. Get all that stuff in some paint. And hopefully get it on this thing. And then I've got to work on all the other stuff over there under that bench. It's a big undertaking doing one of these projects. It's not like a car where you can paint hood and fenders and big stuff. It's a bunch of little stuff like that. I've got to clean all that stuff up and then try to figure out how to hang it and paint it. So kind of sucks the fun out of it, but at the same time it's also a very good process, very fun process, but just takes time. But I'm hoping to have this thing done here by October, I hope, or at least done enough to where I can get on it and drive it, because we're going to be having a tractor show, and I would love to be able to take this thing, but it's been so hot lately and raining and the usual stuff. Just haven't really been able to stay at it, but I've got a good bit of it done. This is the main chunk, so hopefully now I can start getting parts piled up and painted and primed, or primed and painted and put on. But I think I'm going to end the video here. I don't know how long this video is going to be, probably about 15 minutes or something. But sorry if it's a short video, but it took me over 2 months to do this. So just to get you guys something to kind of say, hey, he's still doing something. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.